What's up with it, everybody? You tune in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I don't watch reality TV, I watch boxing. What's up with it, y'all? Like we always do, when you step in the building, let me know your name and let me know where you coming from. You see. And like I always do, give me a little bit. I'm gonna get some people up in here, let everybody know that I'm on. Shit, I just came on today. Wasn't even planning on getting on here, but we here. What's up with it? Yeah, let's talk boxing. Come on. And let me know you in the building. Let me know where you from when you come in. What's up with it? There he go talking that boxing again. What's good with it, Arizona Reggie? It's Wednesday, you quarantine, and you shit to do. Mr. Bird, Jeffrey Bird, what it is. CJ Burton coming in from that Huntsville, Alabama. What's good with it? Polo, fuck that heel figure. Hold on. Made myself a ghetto star on the slab, sipping bar. Hold on, let some folks know I'm in here and we can get the show started. Dave Henry Jr. off in the building from that Albany, New NY, coming straight from the NY. You know what I'm saying? Niggas get killed every day, B. And like I said, we got a lot to talk about. Today, it's going to be pretty much an open forum. So, open topics. We're going to talk about anything that's on your mind in boxing we can talk about. Yeah. Like I said, we're going to get the show started real soon. When you come, then let me know where you coming from. Drop your name and let me know where you coming from. Let me in the building. Let me know where. And share this to all your boxing groups too. If you're in the boxing group, share this. All right. shit, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get the show started. If you come in late, you just late. Shit, like I said, today an open forum. So anything y'all want to talk about, we just gonna do it like that today. You know, because like I said, I wasn't even planning on getting on, but a topic I've been having on my mind wanting to talk about is Vergil Ortiz. Okay. If you know who Vergil Ortiz is, he a young, hungry lion coming up in the game in the welterweight division. And Vergil Ortiz, he gonna be a problem for a lot of these guys. You know, Vergil Ortiz, he stay in the gym, he stay on his shit, and he gonna be a problem. And I think Vergil Ortiz is the top prospect that contender. He really ain't even no prospect. I think that Vergil Ortiz right now is the top guy for the future that Golden Boy has. You know, Golden Boy got him, Canelo, and Ryan Garcia. Yeah, Vergil Ortiz is a monster, Sam Bam. And basically the question that I have for everybody right now, who do y'all see as the best step-up opponent for Vergil Ortiz right now in the 147-pound division? Who is that opponent that Vergil Ortiz can go in there against, and if he could take him to the next level, you know, up there with the Errol Spences and the Sean Porters and the Ugas and all those guys? Who is the biggest step-up opponent? Like, who do y'all see Vergil Ortiz fighting that's a great step-up opponent for him? Throw me some names. Like I said, who do y'all see as a great step-up opponent for Vergil Ortiz? Because I think Vergil Ortiz, he going to be a problem in the welterweight division. But who is the step-up opponent for him? You know, when Errol Spence and them was coming up, like Spence, he had Chris Algieri, you know, and Danny Garcia, he had, who did he had? He had fucking, what's the dude that Floyd Mayweather fought? The Mexican dude, Roberto, what's his name? You said Dade Henry Jr. says Josecito Lopez. Yeah, Josecito Lopez, that's a good one. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking somebody like a Sergey Lipinets. If Vergil Ortiz can go in there and whoop somebody like Sergey Lipinets and look good doing it, because, I mean, I think Sergey Lipinets is very underrated. You know, I think Lipinets is very underrated. And, you know, him beating somebody like Lipinets, I would like to see that. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see that. Throw some other names out there. My man Dade Henry Jr. said Josecito Lopez. I said Sergey Lipinets. Who else? What about Kavaliauskas? What about Kavaliauskas? You said Danny Garcia. But see, the thing is Ralph, Danny Garcia is not an opponent to be stepping up to get to that next level. To me, Danny Garcia is on that next level with Sean Porter and, you know, Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao and them. He can't beat them guys, I don't think, but I'm saying he's on that next level. You know what I'm saying? He's at that top level already. Who's a guy that Vergil Ortiz can beat to solidify him to move up to that next level? Like I said, I think Sergey Lipinets is a good opponent. What about if he went in there and destroyed Egis Kavaliauskas? You know, Mean Machine. That's a good opponent because we all know that Mean Machine gave Terrence Crawford problems. Dade Henry Jr. said Amir Khan. I don't know because I don't think he's going to get that much credit if he go in there and knock out Amir Khan because everybody's going to pick him to knock out Amir Khan. You see what I'm saying? Amir Khan can box, but we all know as soon as he get hit, he going. Okay, Walker says Luis Collazo. Collazo, yeah, but I think he's already faced an opponent like, you know, on that caliber, Luis Collazo. I think he already been there already. You know, when he fought on the undercard of Canelo and I think it was Canelo and Danny Jacobs. Yeah, he been on that level already. Sam Bam said, am I talking about a C plus fighter, right? Yeah, C plus B level, you know. Harold C. Couch Jr. says Berto. I was thinking Berto. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking Berto, but then when I thought about Berto, I said, I don't know, because Berto been out the ring too long, and we don't even know what Berto is on. We don't know if Berto, you know what I'm saying? Berto got one foot kind of in boxing, and he got the other foot out. Berto don't even really know what he wanted to do himself. Ralph Estrada says, I'm willing to bet Ortiz beats Danny Garcia now. Yeah, what's good, BFTB off in the building. Subscribe to my partner, BFTB. Everybody that's watching, go subscribe to BFTB. I'm telling y'all gonna thank me. Man, I feel what you're saying, that you would pick him to beat Danny Garcia and you'll bet on him to beat Danny Garcia now. Okay? But see, the thing is, you can't sit here and tell me that Danny Garcia is that step-up opponent to put in front of a guy to make that next step up in that. You know what I'm saying? Because Danny Garcia ain't no pushover. Like, you know what I'm saying? We like to say a lot of shit about Danny Garcia, but Danny Garcia ain't no hoe. He ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Virgil Ortiz might be able to beat Danny Garcia right now, but I'm talking about a step-up opponent. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to put him in there with a Danny Garcia and say, okay, this is his step-up opponent to get to that next level. You see what I'm saying? Because Danny Garcia already at that level. Dave Henry Jr. says Adrian Granados. Yeah, but how much credit is we going to give him for beating Adrian Granados? It got to be somebody that ain't really lost, you know, too many times, that's still kind of, you know, like I said, Mean Machine. Mean Machine is a good fighter, because Mean Machine, he only got one L, although I think that Ray Robinson beat him. You know what I'm saying? He only got one L, and he gave Terrence Crawford a hard time. Another guy is Sergey Lipinets. Sergey Lipinets only got that one L against Mikey Garcia. These are guys that you can put in front of a dude like Virgil Ortiz, and if he looks great and beating them, then we already know he on that level, because ain't no any type of fighter gonna go in there and beat these guys that I'm naming. Another guy that I think is underrated, you know what I'm saying, is a good fighter for him to get in there against is Ray Robinson. Like I said, I think that Ray Robinson beat Mean Machine. You see what I'm saying? And hit my like button. Smash my like button. It don't take no time to smash my like button. And go on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Everybody watch YouTube, so it don't take no time to go on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, Everything Boxing, and hit the like button. And hit the bell icon so you get all of my notifications. It don't take nothing. It don't even cost you. You watching YouTube anyway. Shit, we quarantine. We ain't got shit else to do. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Malachi Walker says, I think he beats Porter. Yeah, but he might. That's what I'm saying. See, this is the thing. This is what I'm saying, Malachi, is yeah, we a lot of us think that he could beat a lot of these guys. You feel what I'm saying? But you don't want to put him in the ring right now with those guys. Even if we do feel like he'll beat them, you want to put him in the ring with a step-up opponent first. And then to where we can say, okay, let's make a big fight with one of these guys like Sean Porter or Danny Garcia or, you know, all these other guys, Keith Thurman and all those guys. Let's make that opponent. Let's make that fight. Now it's a bigger fight. And now we can favor him in some of these fights. You know what I'm saying? In the betting books. But first, we need to see how he does against somebody like Sergey Lipinets, Ray Robinson, Egis Kavalaskis, you know, somebody like that. Let me see. And yeah, I sure wouldn't put him in there um with no Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. Keith Thurman, although when Keith Thurman is Keith Thurman like that we saw him as before he went to that layoff, Keith Thurman was a beast. You feel me? Keith Thurman with no hoe. But yeah, it's tuned in because I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna get in on Errol Spence. I'm gonna talk about Terrence Crawford. We gonna debate. We got a lot of things we gonna do tonight on this show. You know what I'm saying? Dave Henry Jr. says Porter is a dog. Yeah, a real dog. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't favor Ortiz to beat Porter right now. To tell you the truth, to keep it 100, I wouldn't favor him to beat Sean Porter right now. Just for the simple fact is that Sean Porter's a dog. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter can beat or almost beat any fighter in the welterweight division on any given night if he's at his best. Let me see. Hey, Ralph Estrada says, speaking of Keith Thurman, has anybody checked hospice? Hey, for Keith Thurman, man, he been MIA. Keith Thurman, he had another injury. He said, if y'all remember, Keith Thurman after the Pacquiao fight, he said he fought the Pacquiao fight with a broken hand. He had broken bones in his hand. So after the fight, he went and got a surgery. And remember, he said he was going to be out for like 9 months. So don't nobody know when Keith Thurman coming back, man. Keith Thurman is like, if any of y'all watch football, right? I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. Keith Thurman is the equivalent to Sean Lee. If any of y'all know who Sean Lee for the Dallas Cowboys is, you can blow on that man and he gonna get hurt. You know what I'm saying? That if the wind hit him too hard, he gonna pull a hamstring. Just like Mo Claiborne, he was a cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? If you blow on them too hard, they're gonna get hurt. That's Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, the beast. You can't take away nothing from Keith Thurman in the ring, but he's injury prone. And once you start having those injuries like that and taking long layoffs and then taking 6 and 8 months out of the gym, it's hard to get back to that tip-top condition. Kelly Pavlik off in the house. What's good with it, Kelly? I appreciate you. Yeah, Kelly Pavlik, shit, one of the greatest middleweights to ever step in the ring. I'm still mad at Kelly Pavlik to this day when he whooped my boy Jermaine Taylor. That's my hometown guy. And he did my man bad. But yeah. Ralph Estrada says, rumor has it Charlo versus Lara coming up. Oh yeah, I'm a cook on that. That's a fight that's been brewing for years, and that's a big fight. It's been brewing for years, but that's a big fight. Let me see what y'all talking about. But yeah, man. Sam Bam says Thurman fights less than Gary Russell Jr. Yeah, man, it's like he just can't. I don't know what it is. But the thing about Thurman that bothers me is that although Thurman is getting these injuries, the whole time you could tell that Thurman, ever since he got married, he's not a gym rat no more, right? It's one thing to have injuries, right? And to be on the sideline, but then, still be in the gym working, right? If you get injuries, but you still in the gym working and doing things and working on your craft still, you can still continue to stay sharp, and learn new things and get better. But when you get an injury and you just posted up chilling and you getting up to 190 and not doing nothing, and then you've been out 8 months, 9 months, and then you got to get back in the gym. Now you starting from way, way behind. And that's the thing with Keith Thurman and a lot of these guys that I see. Um, you know, because although you might have a hand injury, but that's not going to stop you from doing certain things in the gym. So I don't know. Do y'all think Keith Thurman will ever be back to what he was? You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's an open topic, open forum today. We just talking about everything in boxing. What y'all think? You know, tap in with me. What y'all think? Do y'all think that Keith Thurman will ever be back to what he once was when he was at his best? Jerry Edmonds says he's enjoying the fruits of his labor. Yeah, I mean, but shit, boxing ain't you can't play with boxing. You feel me? These guys that got one foot out the door and the other foot in the ring, and they don't, you know what I'm saying? They back and forth. You see what happens to them when shit really gets serious when they get in that ring. They never the same. And then they take L's and they start losing to guys and having tough fights with guys that we never thought they would lose to or have a tough fight against. Jerry Edmonds said, nope, he don't think Keith Thurman ever gonna get back to what he once was. Yeah, man, it's hard to see him getting back like that. I don't think he is neither, because once you kind of lose that hunger and that work ethic, it's real hard to get back. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the don't duck me, son. Don't duck me, son. The don't duck me, son, Keith Thurman. You know, he not hungry like that no more. So, I mean, I don't see him ever getting back. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to sound negative, but I just don't see him ever getting back to that don't duck me, son, Keith Thurman. Cassandra Mason said, I rock with One Time Heavy, but I don't believe he will be back like he was. Yeah. Does anybody think that Keith Thurman ever going to be back to what he once was? Does anybody think that? What y'all think? Does anybody think that Keith Thurman is ever going to be back to what he once was? And Dane Henry Jr. says that Pacquiao bag seems like a retirement package. Hey, you got a point though. You know, because that Pacquiao money hit different. When you get that Pacquiao money, you know what I'm saying? That's a different type of money than what you used to getting. You know, because now you selling big pay-per-views, you getting that back end, and Keith Thurman chilling. Plus, like I said, what I seen change is when Keith Thurman got married. And I don't like me getting into these guys' personal lives and all of that shit. I don't do that. But like I said, I think that shit changed with Keith Thurman when he got that money. You know what I'm saying? Because when Keith Thurman got that money, you could see the hunger leave. Ralph Estrada says Thurman is done. Yeah. I wouldn't say done, but as far as, you know, being at that top spot, whooping the guys like Sean Porter, Sean Porter, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. I don't see him doing none of that no more, because, like I said, he got what it takes. He just don't have the hunger no more. You know what I'm saying? He got what it takes. He just don't have the hunger. Alex Gomez says he lost the feeling of invincibility and it's very difficult to gain full confidence. This is a true champion's obstacle he's going through. He will see if he's a true champ. Yeah, I feel you, man. You like I said, you can see that he lost that hunger also. And a lot of times when guys lose that hunger, right, they work ethic go with it. Because when you have the best work ethic is when you are at your hungriest point. You know what I'm saying? You in the gym, you training, you sparring, you doing everything with tunnel vision, right? But when that work ethic go, I mean, when that hunger goes, that work ethic starts to go with it. You know what I'm saying? You still training, but you're not going as hard and pushing your body to the max like you once were. Carl Gorham says, does Wilder have a good chance of beating Fury? Yeah, I mean, of course he does, you know. But like I said, I'm gonna get into the Wilder too. I'm gonna get into the Wilder and Fury because it's like that Wilder and Fury fight has been called off for July. So that's not gonna happen in July. So with everything going on, we don't what's gonna happen with that situation. And so I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. The Wilder and Fury. Let me see. Let me see what y'all saying in here. Lombros, Kulos, what's good with it, man? What's happening? Yeah, everybody hit my like button and subscribe to the channel on YouTube. It's Everything Boxing. It don't take you no time to go and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you get all of the notifications. It's an open topic, man. We pretty much talking about everything right now. You know, we was just touching on Keith Thurman and do we see Keith Thurman ever getting back to that top level that he was at one point? That's what, but you know, we basically talking about everything. Since we on the let's go ahead and switch it up. I mean, I seen a lot of people want to talk about the Charlo versus Lara, okay? Maybe happening. Everybody, you know, a lot of people, you know, been talking about that Jermell Charlo versus Lara. If you don't know, they was once training mates, you know, before Jermell Charlo went over and started working with Derek James. Okay. Jermell Charlo worked with Ronnie Shields, which is Lara's trainer. And they were stable mates. And, you know, they sparred each other a lot. You know what I'm saying? From what I hear, them guys sparred each other a lot. And at one point in time, they were saying that they wouldn't fight each other. But then, you know, things changed. So that's a fight that people been wanting to see for a while now. I mean, we all been wanting to see Lara versus Charlo. And I seen a couple people. What's y'all predictions on that? Let me hear y'all predictions before I even go ahead and go in and start cooking on that fight. If it happens, what's y'all prediction on Lara versus Charlo? Alex Gomez said Lomachenko versus Lopez. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Lombros Kulo says Keith was unified champ. If he gets this injury under control, he can and gets active at the late end of his career, he might be able to become champ again. He says he should have learned from his loss from Pacquiao. Remember, it was a split decision. Like I said, yeah. But like I said, I don't see the hunger. I don't see, you know, I mean, he can't get a championship again. You know, we know all these belts out there. It's not, sometimes, you know, you could fight an off-brand opponent for a vacant title and get a championship. You know, I would never say he wouldn't become a champion again, but do we see him getting to that top level, able to beat a Sean Porter, a Sean Porter or Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford, you know, to the level that they on? Manny Pacquiao. Dave Henry Jr. says, I like Charlo by knockout late rounds. Jerry Edmonds says Lara wins by decision. Excuse me. Yeah, see, I agree with you. I agree with you, Dayton Henry. I like Charlo because Lara don't really fight like he used to now. He don't got his legs under him like he used to. So Lara, he still be moving, but he'll stand toe to toe with you a lot more than what he used to now. You know what I'm saying? Because he older and he don't got them legs under him. So sometimes I be seeing like when he fought Castano, when he fought Brian Castano, I think it was a draw. And he ain't even fought since then, I don't think. Or has he fought since he fought Castano? Castano gave him hell. And because he couldn't move like that no more. And that age is catching up with him. Lombros Kulo says Lara has a chance and really should have won against Canelo. But age might be a factor. He says it might be his last go. I say it's 60-40 Charlo. Yeah, he got a chance. You know what I'm saying? But you see, Charlo can box. I don't think that he ain't on the level of he's not on the level of Lara when Lara was in his prime in boxing. Of course not, nowhere near. But I see Charlo. I don't know. Like I said, the biggest reason I think Charlo is winning is because Lara's slowing down, right? And he don't move as much as he used to. Just like Rigondeaux, just like Rigo. Rigo don't move like he used to. Daniel Henry Jr. says after the Hurd fight, it's clear he's slowing down. Yeah. And did y'all see his last fight when he fought Brian Castano? I believe it was Brian Castano. Watch, let me double check. I believe that was his last fight because Lara ain't fought in a minute. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is Lara's not active like that. He's not active like that. Hold on. Let me see who his last opponent was. I believe it was Brian Castano, like I said. Nah, he fought after that. So he had that draw with Brian Castano, and then he fought Ramon Alvarez. Oh, yeah, he did. He did knock out Canelo's little brother. Yeah, that's right. He did knock out Alvarez, Canelo's brother. He did knock out Canelo's brother. I saw that. I forgot about that. Yeah. So when was that? So he fought in August. I had forgot about that fight. He did fight in August. So by the time that him and Charlo fight, this might be a year layoff. You know what I'm saying? It might be a year or more layoff by the time, you know, him and Charlo fight if they fight. Dave Henry Jr. said Canelo brother trash. He'll walk over. Yeah, I mean, I knew he was gonna knock out Canelo's brother. That wasn't even no, you know what I'm saying? That was no question. I knew he was gonna knock him out. You see what I'm saying? I knew he was going, you know what I'm saying, do him in. So, like I said, anyway, you know, I see, and if Lara and Charlo fight, if Lara and Jermell Charlo ever fight, if they do make this happen, you know what I'm saying, I see Charlo beating Lara, you know, on points or by knockout. I see either way. I see Charlo beating Lara. Like I said, I wouldn't pick Charlo over a young Lara because his boxing skills and his movement would frustrate Charlo to death. But right now, and we all know that Charlo kind of have problems when it comes to pure boxers. Guys that move and can box like that, Charlo, he do have problems sometimes, you know, especially back in the day. If y'all remember when Charlo was getting beat damn near every round when he faced John David Jackson, Julian Jackson's son, was beating Charlo, and then remember Charlo came and knocked him clean out. But and then we seen, you know, when Tony Harrison was boxing great, was boxing well, he was giving Charlo problems. So yeah, I mean, but now I just think that Lara has slowed down too much. You see what I'm saying? Lombros Kulo says Harrison versus Lara will be a good fight. Yeah, that'll be a good fight. I like Harrison versus Lara. I like that fight even better, just for the simple fact is that um it's a, you know, they both kind of in that category to where they both need a big win to be able to step up to get another title shot. You know what I'm saying? And Charlo is already a champion. I want to see Charlo go and unify. You see what I'm saying? I want to see Charlo go and unify the belts. That's what I like more. I like to see Charlo unify and like my man said, have Harrison and Lara fight each other. That's a great fight. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna definitely with that fight. If Charlo and Lara fight each other, I'm gonna definitely have to ride with Charlo on that one. Yeah. So Dom Reek says Billy Joe Sanders will beat Charlo 100%. What Charlo are you talking about? I mean, because if you're talking about Jermell Charlo, he wouldn't even fight Jermell Charlo. Billy Joe Sanders is fighting at 168 right now. You feel me? So that fight wouldn't even happen. Now, if you're talking about Jamal Charlo, Billy Joe Sanders, he got to prove to me that he can beat somebody good without being on PEDs. I mean, you know, we can't sit up here and say he could beat any of these top guys clean, because Billy Joe Sanders, when he's not on PEDs, his last fight, he looked like shit. We see him sometimes, you know, we see him look like shit sometimes and look out of shape. And then sometimes we see him look shredded up and look great in the ring. But what did he do? He tested positive for PEDs. So I don't know. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't put no money behind that. Damon Martinez off in the building. He said he got an extendo clip for Deontay Wilder. Fuck around and find out. Hey, that man, hey, like I said, Wilder got your address and he coming. He told me personally that he been reading all that shit you've been talking, and he said he gonna pull up real soon, but you ain't gonna know when he coming. So just be ready. Billy Joe Sanders looks good against the Eubank Juniors of the world. Yeah, exactly. But we all know that Eubank Jr. is, to me, he's a one-dimensional slugger. That's what he is. Ralph Estrada says Saunders not even going to beat Canelo. Fuck no, he's not going to beat Canelo. Billy Joe Saunders he don't got no chance in hell of beating Canelo. Not going to happen. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and let's move along. I got something else I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that nigga with the shag. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the nigga with the shag, with the Dallas shag. Let's talk about Errol Spence Jr. back in the, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I was having a little debate, right? And I said, that nigga with the shag, the Errol Spence Jr. with the shag, will beat the brakes off of Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? We was having a little debate, and I said that the dude with the shag, the nigga with the shag, the Errol Spence Jr., that had that shag in the back, that was ripped up like a bag of, that was cut up like a bag of dope, that Errol Spence, the shag, that's what I call him, the nigga with the shag. He, in my opinion, would have beat the dog shit out of Terrence Crawford. You see what I'm saying? What y'all think? Let's go back to the hungry the hungry lion. You know what I'm saying? The nigga that was jumping in the ring, cut up from head to toe, ripped up. All of y'all was talking about, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the haters was talking about he was on steroids. That version of Errol Spence, the nigga with the shag, would beat the dog shit out of Terrence Crawford. Now let's argue. Errol Spence with the shag will beat the dog shit out of Terrence Crawford. Let's argue. Hey, Damon Martinez says, stop it. So you say he needs to grow the Dallas Shag booty back? Nah, I'm just saying, since we like to do fat, and then I'm gonna get on Errol Spence, the Errol Spence of right now. But like, since we like to do a lot of these fantasy matches and debates, let's put both of these guys in a tip-top condition at their tip-top best. At 147, the nigga with the shag will beat the dog shit out of Terrence Crawford. It ain't nothing that Terrence Crawford ever did to make me think one bit that he could beat the nigga with the shag. Like, I'm talking about, that's the cat that I would go right now, put 10 bands on if he hop in the ring and fight Terrence Crawford. Both of them at their best. That's what I'm talking about. You said Jerry Edmonds says, I think it would have been a draw. Nah, I think that Errol Spence would have drawn. I think he would have drawn a lot of blood and beat Terrence Crawford. I think he might. I think that the nigga with the shag has stopped Terrence Crawford. Ralph Estrada says nobody at 147 or 54 beat Spence before his accident. But see, the reason I say that the nigga with the shag, right? The reason I say that Errol Spence with the shag, right, is because if you look at the physical difference, like if you put up a picture of Errol Spence then, and then put up a picture, and I'm just keeping it real, of Errol Spence when he fought Mikey Garcia, or when he fought Sean Porter, the physical difference is big. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because and what brought this up? Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all what brought this up. Let me see. Dayton Henry Jr. says Spence beat better competition at 140. Damon Martinez says Spence with the shag was a dog, but he's not beating any version of Bud. Bud is different. He says, but Crawford was at 147 when your man's had to shit. Yeah, I know he was at 147, but I'm just saying, let's just say, I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that. Like, this is what I'm saying, right? And this is what made me bring up this topic, is because I was actually watching the nigga with the shag. We was watching some old fights, right? Me and my friend was watching some old fights, right? And basically the topic came up of, damn, he don't look like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't, because you know what I'm saying, we watched the nigga with the shag, and then we watched the Errol Spence with Sean Porter. And it was a huge difference in physical appearance and just overall, just tenacity and just the way, just the way, he was in the ring. Even though the opponent was different, but you could still see that just the physical appearance and everything was a lot different. And so the topic came up is, would anybody be a betting favorite to beat the nigga with the shag? You know what I'm saying? The young, hungry, you know what I'm saying, in the gym every day, training harder than anybody, sparring 18, 20 rounds, focused. focused. Only thing on his mind is to get a title because he don't have nothing yet. That's different. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got the bag yet. I don't think nobody beat that version of Errol Spence. And nobody at the 147-pound division. Terrence Crawford, to me, gets stopped by that version of Errol Spence. Now let's argue. I said it. Hey, Don Reese says, who hasn't been dropped in their career? All the best fighters get dropped. Mayweather got dropped loads of time, but always got away with being knocked out. I don't know what you... Lombros Kulo says Spence with the shag said he wanted to give Jeff Horn the business. Y'all, he said he wanted to give Jeff Horn the business, y'all, and that was recently. He says, I think that it would be a good tune-up. Errol Spence would have beat Crawford before the accident. He says, come on, Crawford got dropped by the... Oh, okay. He said that Crawford got dropped by Mean Machine, and then Dom Reeks made his and said that everybody gets dropped. But he said I think it would have been a split decision, pre-accident, strap season Spence. Spence is the same person that he was, you know what I'm saying, prior to the accident. You see what I'm saying? He don't got no broken bones, but does he have the same hunger? Does he have the same work ethic? That we don't know, but we will find out. Like I said, and I'm going to really get into all of that. But right now, we're talking about right now, does anybody beat that nigga with the shag? With the Dallas booty in the back? You know what I'm saying? With that 360 shag, does anybody beat him? Ezekiel Greenwood says next year, he says next year Spence versus Crawford going fire. Damon Martinez says, you talking about niggas who survived a gunshot to the head, you got to damn near kill Bud to beat him. Nah, man, I'm talking about the same Bud that I seen when he was, you know what I'm saying, before he really, I mean, come on, man. Bud ain't knock everybody out. Bud wasn't running through cats. You know what I'm saying? Bud, when, and no matter what weight class it was, when that nigga with the shag was running through these guys, he was fighting the same level of competition that Bud Crawford was, and even better competition than Bud Crawford was when Bud Crawford was at 140 at that same time, right? Bud Crawford wasn't running through these. I mean, yeah, he was looking great. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't running through these guys with the tenacity that nigga with the shag was. You see what I'm saying? Errol Spence with the shag. Come on now. We talking about when we talking about the nigga with the shag when all of the top fighters, they was hiding. You know what I'm saying? They was hiding under their cubbies and shit when he was coming around. You know what I'm saying? They was hiding. They didn't want to mention his name. They wanted to make a million excuses because they didn't want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget, that's the same nigga that went in the Mayweather gym and put them hands on Mayweather. You see what I'm saying? That was and he did that before the shag. But I'm talking about that shag mentality. That the same cat that everybody was saying that he was on steroids. That's the Errol Spence I want to see back. Because, you know, most fighters do it, right? Let's just talk about it. Yeah, we could get on Wilder and Fury and all that in a little bit, but we talking about this topic right now. Because, you know what I'm saying? Let's break down this topic. Because I see a lot of people and another reason I bring this up is because I see a lot of people recently kind of like going on to Terrence Crawford like, oh, well, I don't think this version of Errol Spence can beat Terrence Crawford. And why are people saying that? Is it just because of the wreck? Or is it because of different things, right? See, Cassandra Mason says Big EJ. No, not Big EJ. I don't know. See, that's Big EJ is different. I'm gonna tell you what the difference is that I see, right? And I'm not saying that he's not gonna beat Terrence Crawford now, because I say that, you know what I'm saying, if they fight next year, I'm picking Errol Spence to win, but I don't want to see no Big EJ. I want to see the nigga with the shag, the hungry cat. You know what I'm saying? The hungry cat that's still, you know what I'm saying, living right there with everybody in DeSoto. You know what I'm saying? Right in the neighborhood. Like you, that's the nigga I want to see. The cat that never walked around above 165 pounds, that stayed in the gym training every day, that was hungry, because you ain't got nothing. You hungry. You know what I'm saying? He got that shag on his head. He going in there, you know what I'm saying, in the ring, and he's smiling. He's smiling with a smile on his face, beating folks up. You know what I'm saying? And when somebody whoop your ass with a smile on your face, that's how you know they different. You know what I'm saying? When they beat you with, like, remember, if y'all go back to when he fought, he didn't have a shag then, but I'm talking about that's all around the same time when he fought Lamont Peterson. Remember, he was beating Lamont Peterson like a dog, and he had a smile on his face, and he was so tenacious and just, you know, ferocious with it. You know, that's a different level. That's a whole different level, because, you know, that's when you the hungry. You're not the hunted. Right now, he's the hunted. It's the difference between being the hunted and the hungry. Dayton Henry Jr., yeah, that same nigga that steamrolled Chris Algieri, and nobody could do that to Chris Algieri, right? Like I said, don't forget, most of y'all, a lot of y'all was saying that he was on steroids. Damon Martinez says the only version of Spence that would give Bud real problems was the man that went to England and broke a man's face. No, that's the same version. I'm not saying that he had to have the shag, but that was the same nigga with the shag. You see what I'm saying? If y'all feel what I'm saying. No, he wouldn't give Bud Crawford problems. He would have stuck Bud Crawford out. You see what I'm saying? He would have made Bud Crawford, he would have beat up Bud Crawford bad. It might have would have stopped him. To me, I don't see Bud Crawford, that version of that Errol Spence during that time. Nah, Bud Crawford ain't fucking with him. Please. And you can't give me one opponent on Bud Crawford's resume that he fought that can tell me that he had any chance to beat the nigga with the shag. Give me one opponent that Bud Crawford beat and looked great against that you can say, okay, I could pick him against Errol Spence, the nigga with the shag. You know what I'm saying? Let's preach like a preacher. The nigga with the shag, you know, in verse, turn the page 147 right now, and let's go ahead and read about the nigga with the shag, because the nigga with the shag, yeah, that hey, the nigga with the shag for real. And hit my like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit my like button. We ain't got nothing else to do. You quarantined. You can't go nowhere. Let's talk about it. Cassandra Mason says, oh, if he get back to them shag days, ain't nobody messing with him. That's what I'm talking about, Cassandra. If he get back to them shag, you know what I'm saying, that Dallas shag, that South Dallas shag, ain't nobody, come on, man. With nobody messing with the shag. Dayton Henry Jr. said he slept Bundu after the Olympics with 4 million plus watching. You know what I'm saying? Y'all must have forgot. When Errol fighting again, any dates? Yeah, well, Errol was supposed to fight in June or July, but shit, we don't know when none of these fighters fighting now. That's the thing with this coronavirus. We don't know what's going on with boxing right now. But at the end of the day, like I said, the nigga with the shag would beat the shit out of Terrence Bud Crawford. And I'm not saying that because I don't like Terrence. Like, I fuck with Bud Crawford, support him, ride for him when he fight anybody, but he not beating that nigga with the shag. Not that. And what I mean when I say the nigga with the shag is Errol Spence, right? Like I said before, the same cat that was in the gym every day. The same cat that he ain't had the bag yet. He didn't have no, you know what I'm saying? He was riding around in one whip. You know what I'm saying? He was riding around in the Range Rover. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had the jury and none of that shit yet. He just had a fucking nasty work ethic, that hunger, and that tenacity. And he smiled while doing it. He had a smile on his face every time he would whoop your ass. Didn't really say too much. You know what I'm saying? Got on the microphone. You know, people was talking about he was on steroids, and people was complaining about he don't talk and he don't got no charisma. You know what I'm saying? See, Big EJ, he talked that shit a little bit. You know, he flossy. He got the jury. Because see, this is the thing. And this with a lot of fighters, because excuse me. It don't matter what Bomac and them saying over there. Terrence Crawford ain't making the type of money. Terrence Crawford's rich. Yeah, he got plenty of money, but he's not making the type of money that Big EJ is making. So I think Terrence Crawford, he's still hungry. I think he's still hungry. And plus, he hasn't accomplished the accolades at 147 that Errol Spence has. See, this is the difference. When you the hunted, when you the one that's hunting, when you are the hunter, right? When you are the hunter, right? And you hunting your prey, you'll do anything, right? To capture your prey. And that's the mode that the dude with the shag was in. He ain't had no belt yet, right? He ain't had no belt. He was making money, but he wasn't making money like that. You know what I'm saying? He was still looking up. He was still looking up, even though he knew he could beat those guys. That's what made him so hungry, because he wasn't getting the chance to prove that he could beat a Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, guys on Mikey Garcia. We could go, even though Mikey Garcia wasn't even at that weight class, but I'm just saying guys at that level. You see what I'm saying? So he was hungry, foaming at the mouth. Every day, you know what I'm saying? I know every day when he was in the gym, he had that in his vision. You know what I'm saying? Money, at that point in time, the nigga with the shag, money is always on your mind, but I bet money was in the back of his mind. That was the last thing he was thinking when he was in there working, you know what I'm saying, with the shag. He wasn't really thinking about, I want to get a Lambo, I want to get some jewelry, I want to do this, and that. Because in the back of his mind, he's got tunnel vision. He knows that, I want to run through these dudes and I want to show that I am the best in the welterweight division. I'm one of the best, if not the best, that's ever stepped in the welterweight division. I want to work and show everybody that, right? I think that was his mindset. But then things change and it only come natural. It take a really, really, really special type of person to stay at that same focus level and the same hunger level. And I'm not saying that he's not at that focus level in the same hunger level right now. But what I am saying is, looking from the outside in, and looking from the physical appearance of his last couple fights, it ain't the same appearance as the nigga with the shag. You see what I'm saying? As the EJ, the Errol Spence with the shag. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, at the end of the day, right now, because I know that Terrence Crawford is still hungry, because, like I said, once you get to that level, what I was saying, okay, now Errol Spence, he got to fight in front of 50,000 people, right? Packed out stadium, did good pay-per-view numbers, right? Then turn around, you do it again, and you finally get to fight Shawn Porter, a man you've been chasing for years, a man that was running from you when you had that shag mentality, right? The same man that was running from you when everybody was saying, oh, he's too ripped up. Because everybody know Spence was ripped up like a bag of bad dope. You know what I'm saying? He was cut up like Rambo from head to toe. And y'all was saying he was on steroids. That man ain't never took no steroid in his life. But y'all was saying he was on steroids because he looked like G.I. Joe. You see what I'm saying? That version, right? You know what I'm saying? So then he goes, right, and beats Shawn Porter and unify the title. Once you done accomplished all of these things that you dreamed of accomplishing, you know what I'm saying? Because at one point when he had that shag, them guys didn't want to fight him. So you knew you could beat those guys, but them dreams, they looked far away. You know what I'm saying? You knew you was someday gonna get there, but them same dreams you had, they looked so far away out of your reach because you don't know how you're gonna get a fight with these guys. You don't know if these dudes gonna keep ducking you, right? So then you beat Kell Brook, bam, that's one accomplishment knocked out. Then you beat a top pound for pound guy in front of a packed out Dallas Cowboys stadium, almost 50,000 plus. Damn, something that you might have never, that you've been dreaming of, you know what I'm saying? You might have never even thought you was going to see that many fans at one point, you know, in the same arena for your fight, right? You do that, and then you go and fight Shawn Porter. Now, it's easy to lose some focus because now you like, damn, I done did all of this, and I kind of want to enjoy myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and let's, you know, get some of the shit that the rest of these cats got. Let's go ahead and act a fool a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm feeling myself now. You know what I'm saying? I want to enjoy myself, right? I didn't did that. I could chill now, right? I've been fighting my whole life, or you know, for a big part of my life. Shit, I want to chill now. Let's chill. Let's have fun. I'm chilling. But see, the thing is, while you chilling, right? While you chilling and you doing this, and that, and you didn't let your foot off the gas a little bit, let's talk about it. While you chilling and your foot off the gas a little bit, it's always somebody that's up and coming that's hungry. Or it's always somebody that's looking, that want to be in your spot. And while you chilling and your foot off the gas and while you trying to enjoy yourself, right? That other cat, he's still working hard. And he looking at you and he envy you. And you know, he beginning to hate you. Because he looking at you and you didn't accomplish all these things and you didn't took your foot off the gas, and he want to prove that he could beat you. He want to be in your spot. He want that spot. He want to do anything that he can to take your spot, right? But you took your foot off the gas. Now you don't have the same mentality all the way as that nigga with the shag did. You don't have that same mentality as that dude with the shag did. You see what I'm saying? So now you get in the gym and you might go in the gym and you might go in there weighing 185. Before, when you had the shag, you was coming in there weighing 160, 165. And it's different. A big difference is now you only fighting once or twice a year. So it's now you taking your foot off the gas for maybe 6-7 months out of the year. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just talking about because I don't know what that man doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making a theory here, right? I'm making theories, right? So and like I said, so you know, you took your foot off the gas. Now you got somebody, right? You looking at, let's talk about Terrence Crawford, right? He still never made it to that level that you made it to, right? Yeah, he did it at 140, but who did he fight at 140 that was a big fight? Nobody. Nobody cared. I mean, Don't nobody care. Just keeping it real. And I'm not hating on Terrence Crawford. Nobody care about none of those opponents that he fought at 140 because none of those opponents ring bells. Don't nobody care. I mean, the only opponent that you could say that people really would care about, even, and that was at what, 135, was Gamboa. But all the rest of the opponents at 135, 140, don't nobody really care about that. And Crawford, he feel that. He know that. So he's still hungry. So his foot maybe never left off the gas. Maybe he's still in there training. Maybe these up and coming, maybe Sean Porter. Maybe Sean Porter feeling it. He looking at you. You know what I'm saying? He looking at you and Keith Thurman. He like, they didn't took their foot off the gas, and I'm pressing on the gas. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard to stay the same focus and to keep that same energy and to keep that same hungriness as you do when you the one that everybody is running from, and you got to be the hunter, right? You got to beg. You got to continue to prove that you are worthy to be able to get on the level to fight these guys. It's a different level. And it takes a special type of person, a fighter, to always stay hungry throughout their whole career. I mean, we've only seen a handful of guys be able to do this. Mayweather, because whether he took a layoff or whatever it was, he continued to stay in the gym and stay hungry because he always had somebody that was after his neck, or he always had something that he needed to prove. But, he took the initiative to always stay in tip-top condition, right? Andre Ward, even though Andre Ward didn't fight a lot at times, he would take long layoffs. But the one thing about Andre Ward is, even if he was taking a 2-year layoff, whatever, he still was always in the ring training. You know what I'm saying? In the gym training. That's why when Andre Ward would take long layoffs and come back, we didn't see no rust on him. We didn't see no difference. You see what I'm saying? He kept that nigga with the shag mentality throughout his whole career. You see what I'm saying? And that's just it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. So saying all of that, this is what I want to say, and I'm gonna get through some of y'all comments, right? This is what I want to say, saying all of that, right? With all of that I just said, right now is the time to get back to being that nigga with the shag. Because right now we got something that's going on, you know what I'm saying, all around the world with this coronavirus. This gives you a chance. If you're a fighter, it gives you a chance to reset. Everybody even right now, okay? Everybody even. Because, see, now, EJ, Errol Spence, you don't have to worry about rushing to get back in the ring. Now, all you got to do is get in the gym. You probably in there right now. I'm not saying that you're not, but I'm saying all you got to do now, because everybody even on the even level, because now you don't got to rush like, oh, damn, I got to fight in July or June. Now I got to get in shape and I got to catch up to the rest of these guys. Nah, all that shit's going to be pushed back. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to take the initiative to get in the gym, get back focused, if you're not focused, and get hungry, right? And become the hunter again, right? Everybody out here talking about Terrence Crawford can beat you now, right? Let's just keep it real. The same cats that was riding with you saying that you would, you know what I'm saying, steamroll Terrence Crawford, 85% of them cats, they didn't changed up. They talking about that Terrence Crawford could beat you. I ain't changed up, but I know that now for all of you and all of these fighters, everybody on the even level now. You take this time and you get back in the best tip-top condition that you can, because it ain't no time period, right? You don't have no time period that you got to prepare for now. So you can take this time, work on your skills, and get it in. So now people can't say that, oh, he needs to tune up and he needs this and that. Nah, everybody gonna be at the same level. You see what I'm saying? Everybody is gonna be at the same level. Terrence Crawford ain't fought since December. Errol Spence fought in September. Danny Garcia fought in what, February or no, January, right? Shit, if anybody gonna be far behind the pack, it's gonna be Thurman and Pacquiao because they haven't fought since July. So everybody on the same even level. Now it's up to you. What y'all gonna do with this time that you got? Are you gonna sit back and get lazy and be like, well, shit, fuck it, I'm gonna make an excuse? Or are you gonna get back to, that mentality? So we can see it ain't no excuses. Nobody, I don't want to see whenever these guys, when Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence get in the ring with each other, I don't want to hear no excuse from nobody. I don't want to hear no excuse from Terrence Crawford's side, and I don't want to hear no excuse from people that ride with Spence, right? It ain't no, oh, well, his accident. No, everybody's on the same level. You see what I'm saying? Everybody got time to work right now and get in the best condition of their career. Cassandra Mason says Spence will be back to hush all the doubters. Yeah, I'm saying it right now. I think he gonna get focused and, you know what I'm saying, get back to his A+ game. That's why I'm coming on here saying it, because, shit, I hope he hear this. I hope he hear it, because if he don't have that same exact mentality as the nigga with the shag, now is the perfect time for him to get back on that same mentality. Because right now, everybody in the same boat, right? Ain't nobody got no fight dates lined up. Don't nobody know when they're going to fight. All you can do is train and get to that level. Danny Henry Jr. says, Hunter is the hunted. Real shit. James Dominguez off in the building. He says Ennis and Virgil Ortiz are the young and hungry. Yeah, man. I started to show off. I cooked on Virgil Ortiz for a long time, man. James, if you still in the building, since you brought up Virgil Ortiz, basically the topic was who do you see as the best step-up opponents for Virgil Ortiz right now? And I mean a step-up opponent for him to get to the level to where we could say, okay, it's time for him to fight Errol Spence or Danny Garcia or Keith Thurman. Because a lot of people feel that he's, already on that level. But the thing is you still need one step-up opponent to get to that level, right? So what opponent out there, James Dominguez? My opponents that I named, right? My opponents that I named were Egas, Mean Machine, Kavalaskis, right? That was one opponent. I named Ray Robinson was another opponent, and I named Sergey Lipinets was another opponent. That was like my 3 top opponents that came to my head like right off, that I thought that would be very good opponents that he would get all the credit in the world, and it'll be very great for him if he looked good beating those guys. You see what I'm saying? You look good beating those guys, because we seen Mean Machine give Terrence Crawford problems, right? We seen Lipinets, we seen him look great, right? And we also seen Ray Robinson, in my opinion, beat Mean Machine. So you said Adrian Broner. Yeah, but man, ain't nobody going. But see, this is the thing with AB James Dominguez. Honestly, is anybody honestly going to go in the betting line, right? Because this is how you know if people believe in the fighter that they say is going to win. Is anybody honestly going to go in the betting line and go drop money on Adrian Broner to win that fight against Virgil Ortiz? Does anybody honestly think that Adrian Broner has a chance? No, because if he beats Broner, right, Yeah, it's gonna make his name bigger, but is that gonna, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna expect him not to beat Broner. I'm saying somebody that can make his make him bigger as far as like, okay, he beat this guy, he looked good doing it. Now, I might pick him to beat a Keith Thurman, a Danny Garcia, Ugas, or some of those, a Sean Porter. I'll pick him. I'll go drop my money because I see him look ferocious against this guy. He just ran through them. James says, but he still sells, bro, and he can give rounds to build Virgil. He says it's not about AB giving Virgil experience. Yeah, but like, see, James, this is what I'm saying about AB. Virgil Ortiz is at the level right now that he can give Adrian Broner the experience, because Adrian Broner is his foot out the door. Like, you know what I'm saying? Adrian Broner is nothing but and I hate to say it, Adrian Broner is nothing but a name that people gonna tune in to see what he gonna say and how silly he gonna act. Let me just keep it real. Not fuck, I just gotta keep it real. Nobody gonna pick him to beat Virgil Ortiz. Nobody. He says no one stop AB. If Virgil does that, it'll be huge. Yeah, now you got a point. If he can stop AB, now that's huge. But if he just beats Adrian Broner and go the distance with him, I don't see that being too big. It's big to build his name, but it's not big to build his like, okay, he proved to us that he's ready to take that next step to that A+ level. The Terrence Crawfords, the Errol Spences, the Sean Porters, the Ugas. You said Broner has fought everyone though. Okay, James, but do you honestly think that Adrian Broner walking around weighing 200 plus pounds, right? Do you honestly think that AB has a chance, right? He fought everybody. You know what I'm saying? You got to give that to him. But has he ever beat? Who has he beat, though? He ain't beat none of them guys. You see what I'm saying? And do you honestly think that he has any chance in hell in even making a good fight between him and Virgil Ortiz? Because we all know AB, he could talk. He could talk the best in the world, but at the end of the day, he's not going to get in there and fight. He said, John Reeves says Broner would take a solid L. He wouldn't stop. He says he wouldn't stop him. Broner can hold his own, not get KO. Yeah, and Broner know how to fight to survive. We seen Broner. That's what he did against Pacquiao. Really? Go back and watch the Pacquiao fight. He wasn't trying to win that fight at a certain. Early on, he knew that he couldn't win that fight, so he decided to try to fight to survive. And that's just keeping it 100. That's keeping it all the way real. James Dominguez says, bro, Virgil put a offer to Thurman team, turned it down. Man, come on, James. Now, damn well that Keith Thurman was not going to accept the offer to fight Virgil Ortiz. That's the same. That's even, that wasn't going to happen. That's just like when Spence was calling out Keith Thurman and all those guys back in like 2015. He wasn't going to take that fight. He wasn't going to. That's like they would have to pay Keith Thurman 15 mil at least to fight Virgil Ortiz. You said nobody getting in line to fight him? Yeah, because you know how these fighters are nowadays, right? Hold on. Let me fix this camera, man. Okay, you know how these fighters are nowadays. It's very few fighters in the game, and this is a problem. It's very few fighters in the game that really are really hungry and want to prove that they can beat everybody, because a lot of them come in the game like that, but as soon as they get a big fight, as soon as they get some money, that shit kind of change. Now they fighting to see what route they could take to make the most money at the least resistance. You see what I'm saying? What happens to just the raw competition? Like, see, what changed is when they put all these fucked up ass belts, right? You got a WBC silver, a WBC yellow belt, a WBC green belt, a WBA yellow belt, a WBA pink belt, a WBA super pink belt. When they put all these bullshit belts in the way, then everything changed, right? Because now you ain't gotta fight that one. You ain't gotta work up to the ladder to fight that one guy that everybody's looking up against to be the best, right? You don't gotta fight now. Now you can shit. You can fight this dude that ain't nobody never heard of for a vacant title. It fucked up everything. James Dominguez says no one get I already read that. He said James Dominguez says Thurman was offered 3.5. But you know what I'm saying? He's not hungry. And he's not gonna take 3.5 because he didn't make that more than once. He didn't make that plenty of time, right? But Keith Thurman is not a step-up opponent. You can't sit on here and say that Keith Thurman is a step-up opponent, because Keith Thurman, he's been in the ring with Manny Pacquiao. He done been in the ring with Sean Porter. You know, he didn't fought at those high levels. When I say a step-up opponent, you got to say, even though a lot of us might pick Ortiz to beat Keith Thurman, but you still can't say Thurman is a step-up opponent, because Thurman is at that level that you want to step up to face, right? Thurman's already at that level. Damn, camera messing up. But yeah, Thurman is already at that level. So AB is it, but like I feel what you're saying, James, with the AB, because AB is always going to be a notable name, but you're going to have to pay AB a whole lot of money to get in there and get beat by a guy like Vergil Ortiz at 147. You feel me? Like that bag going to have to be different for him to get in there, and you know, the business side of it just don't weigh out, because Vergil Ortiz is not known enough right now to be able to fight somebody like AB and to pay Adrian Broner what he going to want to get paid to get in there against Vergil Ortiz. Somebody he probably know in the back of his mind that he's not going to beat. Because like I said, once you get to the level that Adrian Broner is, you know what I'm saying, walking around all the time, that man walking around at like 195 pounds, damn near 200 pounds. This is what he looked like, right? Once you get to that level to where you're out of shape, let's say 80%, 90% of the year you out of shape. You see what I'm saying? You're not even in the gym training. You may be in the gym training 3 months out of 12. In the rest of the 9 months, you walking around out of shape, fat and flabby. Nah, man, you might as well hang it up. You might as well hang it up, because now you at that level to where you're not going to beat none of these guys. I wouldn't put a penny on him to beat none of these guys. I wouldn't even put a penny on him to beat a guy like Sergey Lipinets. I wouldn't. Not right now, because his head ain't in the game. He's not there no more. James Dominguez says at the end of the day, it's putting asses in the seats. And AB still do the casual fans love him. Yeah, I see, James, don't get me wrong. I see exactly where you're coming from, right? I see exactly where you're coming from. And I agree with exactly what you're saying, right? But see, what I'm saying is I'm coming from a different aspect. I'm coming from me and you, right? And everybody else on here as diehard fans, okay? Somebody that we could put him in the ring with, and if he looks great beating them, right, we'll say, Oh yeah, he definitely ready to go in there and fight Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, Terrence Crawford. He's definitely on their level right now. We need to see him. We don't need to see him in no more step up fights. We need to see him in the ring with one of those guys because he's on that level right now. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about that type of opponent that he could look good against. Not an AB because, like I said, AB is not even. Don't nobody even take AB serious. Don't nobody take Adrian Broner serious because once you stop taking yourself serious, how can I take you serious? You said Keith Thurman was 202 coming in the Manny Pacquiao fight. I believe it. And that's a problem. We talked to James, you missed the show. We talked about Keith Thurman. It's funny you brought up Keith because that was another topic that I had brought up. It was kind of an open topic today, but that was another topic that I had brought up. And that is, are we ever going to see Keith Thurman back to, Keith Thurman back to when he was, at the top of his game? Are we ever going to see that Keith Thurman again? The Keith Thurman that fought Sean Porter the first time. The Keith Thurman that fought Danny Garcia. Are we ever going to see that Keith Thurman again? And I don't think we are. But, that was one of the topics anyway. But yeah, I mean, AB gonna be a big name, just because of his antics. But me, I'm a boxing fan. And I know boxing, from here, I know boxing just like you do, just like most of us in here do, right? And I don't want to see nobody in the ring that gave up on themselves already. That's just basically fighting to get a bag. That's not even fighting really to prove nothing, to prove that you could beat nobody. That's just getting in there to get a bag. And that's what I saw when AB got in there against Pacquiao. That was my final straw. The performance that he put on when he fought Manny Pacquiao showed me that, okay, you're not even really trying to win no more. You know what I'm saying? Even though when he fought Madonna, I wanted to see that AB because all the adversity that he went through in that fight, he was still hungry in that fight and he still fought hard to try to win that fight. Even though he was overmatched, Madonna had too much power, he still was bringing it to Madonna. He still was hungry, and he's not that dude no more. That dude has left his body and is long gone, and we can see it. Like that guy is long gone from him. James Dominguez says the two biggest demographics for boxing is black and Mexican, bro. If Virgil wins, it opens up the black audience to Virgil. No one cares about Sergey. Yeah, of course. Don't nobody give a fuck about Sergey Lipinets, right? But I'm saying as just far as impressing you in the ring, what will impress you more? Him getting a win over Sergey Lipinets and looking good, or him getting a win over Egis Kavalauskas and looking good, or him going in there and beating Adrian Broner? Honestly, James, let's take the money. Let's take all the other aspects out of it. What will impress you more? That's what I'm saying. That's the way that I'm looking at this. James said he was in the Madonna camp the night. He said that night. He says, I remember that fight. Oh, you was in Marcos Madonna's camp? Okay, nice. Yeah, so answer that for me, James. What who do you like I said, which one of those fighters will impress you more just from a boxing standpoint? If Virgil Ortiz go in there and beat and look good doing it. Sal Hamilton says he was playing with Madonna. He was never serious about that fight. AB got problems. Nah, I think he was serious about that Madonna fight, right? But I don't think that he ever had felt power like Madonna had, and he wasn't ready for that. He was serious about it. It wasn't no plan, because if he was playing in that fight, you see what I'm saying? You know how I know he wasn't playing in that fight and he was fighting his hardest in that fight, Sal? Is because you could go to that fight, right? And then you could look at other fights where he was overmatched, because he was overmatched in the Madonna fight. But then let's just throw out the Pacquiao fight, right? Like I said, in the Pacquiao fight, he didn't even try to win. He didn't try to win in that fight. He didn't do nothing. That he embarrassed his own family. They had their head down and was shaking their head saying, please don't let Adrian Broner get on the microphone and say something stupid. That's what they said in the crowd. His mom and his sister was like, please don't let him go on the microphone and say something stupid right now. And his mom was like, well, you know, AB, we just got to, you know how Adrian is. Because they knew that he didn't even go in there and perform. He didn't try. You see what I'm saying? But in the Madonna fight, he tried. You said James Dominguez says for hardcore fans, him beating Sergey would be huge. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, James. He says, but for business move, Broner is recognition. Yeah, oh yeah, that's a no doubt. No doubt. If you try to make a business move to just get Virgil Ortiz more notoriety, of course you're gonna put him in there with somebody like Broner. But Broner's not gonna. Let's speak reality, James. We know Broner is not gonna take a fight against Virgil Ortiz at 147 unless you just pay him 10 plus mil, right? So unless you pay him 10 plus mil, he's not gonna take the fight. So we know that fight not gonna happen. But he could fight Egis Karvelasquez, right? That fight can be made. He could fight a Ray Robinson. He could fight a Sergey Lipinets. Those fights are opponents that you don't have to pay top dollar to, and you know that those are fights that can be made. James Dominguez says them punches were hard, bro. He says they both hurt each other. Yeah. In the he's talking about the Maidana and Adrian Broner when they fought. Yeah, they both hurt each other. And Maidana said Adrian Broner had hit him the hardest he had ever been hit. James Dominguez says Jeff Horn. How serious do people take Jeff Horn now, though? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Jeff Horn is a good opponent, but it's like, what have you done recently? You see what I'm saying? Sergey Lipinets, he had a good win recently. Egis Karvelasquez is fresh off a fight against Terrence Crawford where he gave Terrence Crawford problems. You see what I'm saying? I think those would be my two top opponents right there for Virgil Ortiz to step up against. That's just my opinion. But Jeff Horn, you know, Jeff Horn is a good one too. But like I said, what has Jeff Horn really done lately? James Dominguez said he's a former champ with the win against Pacquiao. Yeah, but a lot of people really never took Jeff Horn that serious, right? Because most people really don't think he won against Pacquiao. And then other than that, what did Jeff Horn ever do in his career? You see what I'm saying? Jeff Horn that's all you can really say is that he got a gift decision over Pacquiao, right? But what fans, right? They might look at a victory over Jeff Horn a lot different because we're going to look at it and like, okay, well, who has Jeff Horn beat lately? What has he done? You know what I'm saying? I think Jeff Horn lost his last fight, right? So I don't think nobody going to really take that serious. Although it is a good, you know, step-up opponent, you know, because Jeff Horn, he a rough and rugged dude, but Jeff Horn can't even make 147. So we got to throw that out the window. Jeff Horn, he have a problem making 154. He ain't making 147 no more. So I mean, yeah, but like I said, it's all something that we're gonna be talking about and looking at, in the upcoming months when boxing starts back. Guys like Jaron Ennis, guys like Virgil Ortiz, who is gonna be their big step up opponent to where they could get to that next level to, getting to for people to start screaming to want to see them fight Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, and all of those guys. James Dominguez says, "What did Lipinus do? He got manhandled by Mikey. Yeah, that's the only guy that ever beat him. You see what I'm saying? Mikey Garcia is the only one that ever beat Lipinus, and Lipinus has went on to put on some great performances after that. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying, because I mean, who else we gonna name that can make 147? Kell Brook. What you think about Kell Brook, James? What you think about Kell Brook is one. What you think about Kell Brook? Can you agree on Kell Brook? I think Kell Brook would be a hell of a opponent for Virgil Ortiz. But the thing is, problem with Kell Brook, you got to pay him a lot to come to 147. You see what I'm saying? What they should do, you got to pay him a lot to come to 147 if you think about it, So, you said a step up is a low risk, high reward. You said James Dominguez says Kell Brook will be great. Yeah, I think Kell Brook would be a great opponent, right? Because they both got something to prove. He got Virgil Ortiz would have to, what I'm saying? He's going in there trying to prove that he's on the level to be up there fighting guys like Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence and Sean Porter, right? And Kell Brook, he's going to be coming in there trying to prove that he hasn't lost nothing, that he still can go in there and beat a Kell Brook that we saw fight Sean Porter and beat Sean Porter and beat that same Kell Brook that we saw, give Errol Spence a hell of a fight. So he still got something to prove. Make it happen. But see, this is the thing. How much money is Kell Brook going to ask for? That's a great fight right there. Kell Brook and Virgil Ortiz. That's a hell of a fight right there. It's a perfect matchup. That's a perfect matchup. Because if Virgil Ortiz loses to Kell Brook, then we're going to all sit back and say, like, okay, well, maybe he ain't ready yet. Maybe we all, maybe he needs to go back to the drawing board and get some more experience in. He's not ready yet, right? But if he beat Kell Brook and look great doing it, that's going to catapult him right there to that next level to where he needs to be, right? And if Kell Brook beat him, we're going to be like, damn. We're going to be talking about how Kell Brook should have stayed at 147. Kell Brook is going to give all these guys hell at 147. This is his weight division that he should be at, and so on and so on. And Kell Brook going to be the same Kell Brook that he was before, after one fight. So both of those guys got a whole lot to gain, right? Both of those guys got everything to gain coming into that fight. So why can't we make fights like this? Why can't that fight be made? You know what I'm saying? Because Kell Brook, if you want to show that you back at that level, fight somebody like Virgil Ortiz. But see, James Dominguez, that's what I was gonna go cook on next. Okay, you're gonna go in there and you're gonna fight. You're gonna ask for $5-6 mil to fight Virgil Ortiz. We're just assuming. This is just all assumption. If he did that, I don't think that has no right, because we go back to let's go back to talking about just the competitiveness. You say that you hungry, Kell Brook, right? You say that you're hungry. You say that you want to prove that you could beat Terrence Crawford in Errol Spence, and you want to rematch against Spence. You want to fight Porter again. You want to fight these guys, right? Beat Virgil Ortiz and prove that you on that level, that you ain't lost nothing. What better way to do it in beating a guy like Virgil Ortiz, a young, hungry, fucking tenacious lion? James Dominguez said Amir Khan. Yeah, see, when we was talking about this topic earlier, James, a few people came in and named Amir Khan, but my thing about Amir Khan is like, yeah, it's a fight that people would see, right? It's a fight that would be intriguing to watch, but it's a fight that everybody will know that we'll just be watching and wait for him to knock out Amir Khan. Honestly, right? Nobody gonna pick Amir Khan to win that fight. Everybody probably gonna pick Amir Khan to get knocked out, right? I'm gonna pick Amir Khan to get, because all we're gonna do is be waiting for Virgil Ortiz to land that shot against Amir Khan and knock him out. 95% of the people are gonna know it's coming. We just gonna be waiting for it. But I feel what you're saying. That's a good name. Scotty White off in the building. What's going on? What's going on with it, Scotty? Yeah, we've been in here. I've been in here for shit over an hour and a half. Getting ready to get off now. But yeah, we shit. It's a lot of stuff that we didn't even get into. But I'm gonna be back on here tomorrow because we still got a lot more to talk about that I didn't even talk about. We was kind of just doing the open forum today, kind of just talking about any and everything in boxing, but we still got a lot to cook on. And like I said, I'm gonna do a trivia show this week too. And for everybody that's on YouTube, how the trivia show is gonna work, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have everybody go on YouTube, right? And you got to get on camera. Right, you got to get on camera. That way, I know you're not cheating or doing none of that. And I'm gonna throw you a trivia question out. If you answer it, I'm gonna send money to your Cash App, right? And then just so on and so on like that. Well, yeah, man, we talked about a lot. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Yeah, and like I said, shit, we ain't got nothing to do. Most of us is quarantined and boxing, so tune in. I'm gonna be back on tomorrow. I'm gonna I kind of came on today. I wasn't even planning on getting on, but I was like, shit, I'm stuck in the house, so I'm gonna get on and do the live show today. But I'm gonna be back on tomorrow also. So make sure you tune in. And you already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. And anything ain't everything, but around here, everything boxing. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit that like button and make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you. James Dominguez, I'm out. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate everybody for tuning in.